What's up everybody, Aditya Mahajan here and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. In today's video, we'll be solving another easy lead code problem, problem number 1446, also called as consecutive characters. It has also been asked in day 13 of December lead code challenge, so let's get started. The power of substring is the maximum length of non-empty substring that contains only one unique character. They have defined a term called power and we need to return the power of that particular string. So let us look at understand the problem with the help of examples that they have given. Okay, so we are given initial string s to be lead code and we need to return the power. So what power means is that we need to find substring of maximum length which has only one character. Okay, they might be repeating. Now, being substring, we know that they should be consecutive. The characters in the string should be consecutive. So the only substring which has repeating characters is this, because that would give us the largest output. So the substring that we have is EE and its length is 2, so we return 2. Similarly, in the second example, we have this string and the maximum length substring that is forming is E 5 times. So its length is 5, so we return 5. Now let us look at how we can approach the solution of the problem. The first thing that comes to the mind after reading the problem statement is that what is difficult in that? We will start from every index and go on checking till the end, till we reach till we have a different character than what we are currently on. So we will basically get the length of the substring for every character till we have a non-repeating character. Like for this, we will just have length 1 because the next character is different. For this particular index, we will have length 2 because these two are repeating. So we'll have length of substring to be 2. For this B, then we will again have 1 because after that we have a different character. For this C, we will have the length to be 3 because this would be the substring that would be having. For this C, we will be 2. For this C, it would be 1. For this D, it would be 4. And similarly, we would be doing for every particular index. And for this approach, implementation would go into O of n square because we would be requiring 2 for loops nested inside each other. So this is not a very optimized approach, but this is the thing that comes to the mind whenever we look at, and it is a brute force approach. So this is the first brute force approach that we just discussed right now. What we are basically doing is we are taking a power which keeps a counter of what is the max power that we have encountered till now. Then we are doing a for loop for the string for every index that we have. And for every index, we are defining a second position till which we have to go move ahead. So we are just taking a second pointer, like let's say a j, which would be from the initial pointer I plus 1. And then we are moving till we either we reach the end of the string or we have the same character till we are moving. Okay, now once we are till the point where we have the similar character or we have got the substring, we are just taking max of the current power that we already know and the current length of the substrings that we have. So we are just taking power and we are returning it to the power. Now, as we know, we are doing two for loops nested, two loops nested, one for and one while. So our time complexity of O of n square and species O of 1, we are, because we are not using anything extra. Now, this is just an optimized approach for the previous approach that we just saw for the brute force. Now, if you notice at the operations that we were doing, what we were doing is we were looking at every index. Now, let us take the example. If we are looking at this particular C, then in that case, this would have 3 characters that are repeating. That is the maximum length of power till now. Then after that, we are moving to the next C that we had. That is this particular C. And for this too, we are calculating the power. And in that case, we were getting 2. And then again, we are moving to the third C. And in this case, we are getting to be 1, the maximum power. Sorry, the power for this current case. Now, this operation, if you look at closely, this is already done for the previous C. And we know that this conditions that we are checking, that how many maximum length substring we are getting, it is already calculated and we definitely know this wouldn't be included in our final power. So we are just optimizing that by removing these redundant checks that we are doing. Okay, so let us look at code how we can do that. Now this is the solution for the second approach for one pass. Now initially we are taking a power variable which was very similar to our previous approach. After that we are taking a current max variable which would tell us for the current iteration what is the length of the substring that we had. After that, we are just iterating through the complete string. But here the index that we are doing is from I equal to 1. So that we can do compare the two checks for two characters, that is I minus 1 and I. You can start with 0 and do a comparison of s of I is equal to s of I plus 1. That would be the same thing. Now what we are doing is we are checking the two consecutive characters. If they are same, in that case we are just incrementing our current max. And if that is not the case, we could have used an else condition here, but I'll come to why we have not used a else here. After that, what we are doing is we are checking if the two consecutive characters are not same. In that case, we need to reset our current max and also check if the current max was greater than the power. So that is what we are doing. We are just checking if current max is greater than power, then we are updating the power and resetting current max to 1. Now, there is one more case that we need to consider, is that if the current max is the maximum substring at the end and our last character is not different. For example, our sample input is CC. In that case, if this was the only condition or else was present, in that case, we need to take into consideration that the last substring that is getting checked is also included into our power. So that is what we are doing. We are just checking if we are at the last index of the string. Then also we need to check if our current substring is greater than the power. Okay, so that is what we are doing. And finally, once we are out of this for loop, we just are returning the power. So that is the second approach. Now the third approach that we'll be looking at is also termed as sliding window. And what we basically have in sliding window is we have two pointers, start and the end. And the thing that is covered inside the start and end window, end pointer, is a window or a substring in our case. So we basically move the start pointer ahead so that we remove certain characters to move the window ahead. And similarly, we move end pointer also ahead to get into inclusion some of the characters that were not early considered. Okay, so let us start with this example. We will start with start and end pointer at the same index, at index 0. And then what we are doing is we are just checking for the end characters, two consecutive things, two consecutive last and previous to last. If they are same, we just increment our end to increase the size of the window. Okay, now which means that there are still more characters which are of the same character. But when we encounter the different character for the last two things that we have, in that case we just shift the complete start pointer ahead of the end pointer, so that we are taking a new substring into consideration, because that particular substring's work has been done and we need to move to the newer substrings. Okay, so now let us look at how we can implement that in our code. Now this is the code for the sliding window approach. The time complexity is O of n and space is O of 1, similar to the one pass solution that we had. Here also we are taking a power variable which would basically return our result, that is the maximum power of all the substrings. After that we have two pointers, that is start would be our I and end would be our j. Okay, and that would define our window I and j. Now we are doing a for loop starting from index 0, and one thing to note here is that we are not incrementing I on every step. We are just moving our end pointer, okay, according to the conditions that we will see. Now the j is the end pointer and we are starting the j with I plus 1, that is from the next character of the I, that is the start pointer. Now what we are doing is we are incrementing the end pointer, that is we are incrementing the size of the window for by these conditions, that is until we are inside the bounds of the string, that is we have not reached the end of the string, and we have the last two characters, that is the end pointer and the previous of the end pointer, both characters are same. Okay, so characters are same and we are still inside the bounds of the string. In that case we are incrementing the end pointer. Now once we reach a different character or we are at the end of the string, what we are doing is we have got a window which has all the characters to be same. In that case what we are doing is we are checking our current j minus I window size, and we are comparing it with the power. If it is greater, we are assigning it, that is we are just taking the max and assigning it back to the power. And after that what we are doing is we are just moving the start pointer to the end pointer and then continuing the operation ahead. That is what we do. We just made a start pointer I to be equal to j, and we continue into the for loop. Once we exit out of the for loop, we just return the power which has our answer. Now let us quickly try to run our code and see if that works, and let's just submit it. Okay, we are getting 4 millisecond. Let's just submit it once again. Sometimes it is due to the test cases that were selected. Okay, so we have got 0 millisecond and faster than 100% of time. So that's all for this video, guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you did not understand any particular approach or some part of the video, do comment below. I'll try to respond as fast as possible. If you need more such lead code questions, do subscribe to this channel and join the Discord server for future updates. So that's all. See you in the next video. Bye bye.